Welcome back to the deep dive. So today, we're diving into something pretty exciting, I think. It's this shift in how we think about our homes.
Yeah, definitely. We've got sources talking about the Epic Home concept from Smart Homes by Ovi.
Right. Those are the folks from Media Content Delivery LLC designing these AI-enhanced spaces, and crucially, how Google's new AI, Gemini, fits into all this.
Exactly. The goal today is, to unpack how we get beyond just, hey, Google, turn on the light, to something truly intelligent, really personalized.
A living space that actually adapts to you.
Mm-hmm. And we need to look at the tech making it possible, things like Matter and Thread, which Ovi uses. And then, how Gemini's set to really shake things up.
Okay, let's start with that Epic Home idea itself. Smart Homes by Ovi, they talk about a custom, seamless design.
Yeah, they've been around a while, celebrating 20 years, the parent company since '94.
But looking at this, it sounds, well, bespoke, which usually means expensive, right?
Yeah.
How does Ovi address that this isn't just for, the super wealthy?
That's a really good point. Their philosophy, they call it cool and easy, relies on seamless integration, sure, but also heavily on modular design.
Modular
Meaning you don't have to rip out your walls and install everything day one. You can start with core components and then expand the system over time.
Ah, okay. So it's scalable. That makes it feel a bit more achievable, maybe. Keeps the cost down initially.
That's the argument. Yeah,
Yeah.
It makes it more cost-effective theoretically.
So if we break it down, what are those essential building blocks for this modular Epic Home? It's got to be more than just plugging in a smart speaker, right?
Oh, absolutely. First off, you need a really solid Wi-Fi network. The sources emphasize a mesh network, especially for larger homes, just for reliable coverage everywhere.
Makes sense. Dead spots would kill the experience.
Totally. Then you need that central hub, the brain, like a Google Nest Hub Max, maybe.
Yeah.
That's what coordinates everything.
Okay, hub, network, what else?
But the real magic, or maybe the crucial plumbing, lies in the communication standards they use. That's where Matter and Thread come in.
Right, those names keep popping up. Let's clarify that for folks. Matter and Thread, what are they actually doing together in a system like Ovi's?
Okay, think of Matter as the universal translator. It's the common language that lets devices from totally different companies, like, say, Philips Hue lights, an August smart lock, a Nest camera, all understand each other.
So before Matter, it was like everyone speaking a different language, causing chaos?
Pretty much. Lots of does this work with that? Headaches. Matter aims to solve that communication problem. Standard protocol.
Okay, that's Matter, the language. What about Thread? Why is that just as important?
Thread is more about the delivery network itself. It's a specific type of mesh network designed for low-power smart devices. It's self-healing, super efficient.
And the benefit of that is?
Speed and reliability, mainly. Unlike Wi-Fi, which can sometimes lag or use a lot of power for simple things, Thread is built for instant responses from small devices like sensors or light bulbs.
Ah, so when you tell a light to turn on, Thread makes it happen almost instantly, no delay.
Exactly. That low latency is key for things feeling seamless, like synchronized lights for movies or, a security sensor triggering an immediate response.
Gotcha. So that explains why Ovi focuses on integrating these specific techs into key areas: appliances, lighting, security, entertainment. It's about making sure they all play nicely and instantly together.
Precisely. It's not just automation. It's creating this cohesive, aware environment.
Okay, that leads us nicely into the next part, this ideal, smart, intelligent, brilliant, epic scenario described in the sources. Let's move from the parts to the whole picture. What does a day actually look like when AI, Matter, and Thread are working together?
Well, the scenario starts before you even wake up, really. It's about anticipation. The system learns your habits. The Google Nest Hub Max is kind of the orchestra conductor here.
And the morning routine example really shows off that Thread advantage, doesn't it? Those nanoleaf lights simulating a sunrise. How's that different from a regular smart bulb?
It's the smoothness and reliability, mainly because of Thread. A standard Wi-Fi bulb might dim up, but it could be jerky or slightly delayed. With Thread, that slow transition from warm orange to bright white, simulating the sunrise. It's perfectly smooth, uses very little power, and happens exactly when it should. Low latency.
Feels more natural, less like just tech turning on.
Exactly.
Right.
And while that's happening, the scenario shows Matter-certified blinds opening automatically, a Matter-enabled coffee maker starting.
Ooh, coffee ready when you get up. Nice.
Right. And the Nest Learning thermostat has already adjusted the room temperature based on the weather forecast using that connectivity.
And then you get a briefing from the assistant, or soon, Gemini, about your day. schedule, weather.
Yeah, it's 65 degrees Fahrenheit. You have a 10:00 a.m. meeting, and you can immediately interact, like actually add a workout to my calendar before that. It understands and adjusts.
And the system's even watching where you go, motion sensors activating lights only where needed.
That's the constant, quiet energy optimization happening in the background. Lights follow you, turn off behind you. No wasted electricity.
Speaking of optimization, the sources really highlight energy efficiency. This seems like a huge part of the Epic Home pitch, where the AI isn't just responding, it's actively managing.
It really is. The scenario describes how, during the day, the AI monitors things like solar panels connected via Matter, of course, to see how much energy is being generated in real time.
Okay, so it knows what's coming in, but it's predictive too.
Yes, that's the fascinating bit. It doesn't just react, it predicts. Let's say the AI sees heavy cloud cover rolling in and forecasts that your solar batteries might run low later.
What does it do then? Start nagging you?
No, not at all. It's just something smarter. It might automatically reschedule non-essential high-energy tasks like running the smart clothes dryer or the dishwasher to run later, or maybe overnight when energy demand is lower or when the sun's expected back out.
And it does this without me even asking.
Exactly. Completely autonomous optimization. That's the goal. Saves money, uses greener energy when possible. All silently managed.
That's impressive. And then there's security. Say a delivery arrives. How does the system handle that, especially with different brands involved?
Right. So the Nest doorbell camera stream pops up on your Nest Hub Max. The AI might automatically pause any music playing. Then you just use a voice command, "Okay, Google, unlock the front door," and the August smart lock opens.
And Matter is what makes that Nest to August communication seamless.
Precisely. Even though they're different companies, Matter ensures they work together instantly and reliably in that moment. It treats them all as trusted parts of the whole system.
Okay, this is all painting a pretty compelling picture. But the real leap, according to the sources, is this shift to Gemini for Home. This is replacing Google Assistant starting late 2025 or so.
Yeah, maybe earlier for some, via early access. And it's not just a new name or a slight update. It's described as a fundamental paradigm shift.
How so? What's the core difference between Assistant and Gemini in the home?
Think of it like this. Google Assistant, even at its best, was kind of like talking to a very specific command-driven system. You had to phrase things just right.
Like a fancy vending machine, almost. Exact button press needed.
Kinda, yeah. It didn't really remember context from one command to the next. Gemini, because it uses these powerful large language models, or LLMs, is designed to be much more like, well, like having a conversation with an intelligent helper who actually remembers what you just said.
So conversational intelligence. What does that actually let you do that you couldn't before?
The big things are context and memory. Gemini can understand follow-up questions without you repeating everything. And it can handle really complex multi-step or conditional requests in just one sentence.
Like what? Give me an example.
Okay, so instead of saying lock the front door, then turn off all the lights, then turn on the kitchen light, you could potentially just say, hey, Gemini, lock the doors, turn off all the lights except the kitchen light, and leave that one on for about an hour.
Wow. Okay, that is different. That sounds much more natural, less like programming your house.
Exactly. It's designed to understand nuance and conditions within a single request. And there are new features highlighted too, like Gemini Live.
What's that?
That allows for longer conversations without constantly saying the wake word. So on supported devices, you could brainstorm ideas, get help with a recipe step by step, maybe even get creative writing prompts, all in a more continuous flow.
Interesting. And what about cameras? They get smarter too.
Yeah, through something called event understanding. Instead of just getting a basic motion-detected alert, Gemini aims to analyze the video feed and give you a meaningful summary. Like a USPS delivery driver dropped off a package by the front door at 2:15 p.m. Or maybe even summarizing hours of footage into a short highlight reel so you can quickly catch up on what happened.
Okay, that level of detail turns cameras from simple sensors into actual observers. That, plus the 10 new, more natural-sounding voices they mentioned, it really does sound like a more collaborative feel.
Definitely aiming for that. But it's not all smooth sailing. The sources we looked at definitely flagged some potential bumps in the road with this Gemini upgrade.
Ah, the catches. Like what?
Well, first, device compatibility. It sounds like some older Google Home or Nest devices, particularly those dating back to around 2015, might not have the processing power or memory needed for all these advanced AI features.
So they might get left behind. Or get a watered-down version.
Potentially, yeah. Some might be excluded entirely from the upgrade path. That's a real concern for people who invested early in the ecosystem. Sunk costs.
And then there's the money aspect, right? Is this amazing new intelligence going to cost extra?
That's the big question, isn't it? The risk highlighted is that while the basic Gemini might replace Assistant for free, the really advanced stuff like maybe the detailed event summaries or the full Gemini Live capabilities could end up behind a subscription paywall.
Like a Google One plan or something similar.
Could be. If the best features require a monthly fee, that definitely changes the value proposition of an Epic Home for a lot of people.
Okay, compatibility, cost,
All right,
what else? The big one, privacy.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
If Gemini has more context, remembers more, analyzes camera feeds in detail, it just knows vastly more about your daily life, your habits, everything.
Which requires a huge amount of trust. Our sources mentioned, Law 10, the need for transparency.
Right. The framework in the sources stresses that this powerful AI needs to be transparent. Users need to know what data is collected, how it's used, and crucially have control over it. Google needs to be really clear that this isn't just a way to, gather even more data for ads or other purposes.
It's that classic trade-off, isn't it? More personalization requires more data.
It does. And that leads directly to another key point from the framework accountability. Law 8, preservation of record. Meaning, when the AI is making complex decisions, like rescheduling your dryer based on a solar forecast, there needs to be a clear record. If something goes wrong, or you just want to understand why the house did something, you need logs.
So you can trace back the command or the AI's decision for debugging or just peace of mind.
Exactly. Who did what, when, and why. As these systems get more complex and handle conditional logic, that audit trail becomes essential for safety, for trust, and just for making sure things work as expected.
So wrapping this all up, this deep dive into the Epic Home from Smart Homes by Ovi, powered up by Google's Gemini AI, it really feels like we're moving towards genuinely collaborative household management.
Yeah, it's shifting from just simple triggers, if this, then that, to a home environment that's trying to be truly responsive, even predictive.
It's less about programming devices and more about your home, learning your routines, your preferences.
And anticipating needs, yeah. From energy use to your schedule. But as we discussed, that raises big questions about trust and the records being kept. Can you rely on the AI's decisions and the log it keeps?
That idea of trust and the record, that's a really interesting place to leave things. It forces you, the listener, to think about what matters most as these homes get smarter. So thinking about everything we've covered, seamless security from Matter, the AI-driven energy savings, the natural conversation with Gemini, which specific part of this Epic Home vision feels like it would add the most tangible value to your daily life right now? And if you could hand off one complex daily task for Gemini to manage perfectly, what would it be?